And now Lando Norris, is the door ajar? It is! Pole position for Norris, but wait for Verstappen's reply. They're celebrating at McLaren, but Lando Norris has been beaten by Max Verstappen.
Meanwhile,
Mr. Shelby, you're meant to be resting.
I've learned something, Francis. There's no rest for me in this world. Perhaps in the next.
Welcome to F1 Rio, where we discuss, decode, and summarize every F1 session every weekend.
In qualifying one for starters, Sainz and Williams got his time deleted for violating track limits. Yet with a strong push lap, he secured P5. Even we were praying with his wife. Russell kept his car to P1 in mediums with time 1:19. Only Mercedes were on mediums and somehow worked for Russell but not for Kimi. Kimi had a good lap after the pit stop, which kept him to P11 from P17. Surprisingly, all weekend, Alonso was complaining about his car. Yet he managed to P6, unlike Stroll who was born with talent. Lawson found gravel in his final push lap and set to P20. All the drivers in elimination zone tried to improve in the final push lap, but except for Albon, it did not quite work out for the others. Williams were the ones to start the session, where Sainz was towing Alex. The idea was to give both drivers fair quali, as Albon was using old tires. With slipstream, he maintained good first and second sector, but lost control at final sector. Williams' plans have failed. Both drivers resulted P13 and P14. Norris had an incident where he lost control in turns and resulted to a pit stop, which lost him so much time. He was told to stay out after his push lap, so the plan was to push one lap, which placed him to P7 and then cool down lap and then another push lap. Tension rises as Hamilton moves P11 to P8, pushing Lando to P11, where Lando had only one push lap left. With quite some suspense, Lando moves to P5, giving relief to Papaya fans. Both Haas got eliminated, where Ocon and Hulk had 100% Q3 rate in Monza, and now it changes. Now let's move on to Q3. It has become obvious that Bortoleto putting Kick Sauber into Q3 almost every time. For a second, Tifosi was chasing and smiling as Leclerc put his best and went on to P1 with Oscar. Then Verstappen with a crazy lap put himself into P1 with just 0.084 milliseconds. You can feel the tensions when time differences are like these. This was a sequence where two Ferraris and two McLarens were getting slipstream. Only McLarens were improving and Ferraris, my god. Norris with a clear lap puts his car to P1. In garage, they were celebrating. Everyone forgot Verstappen was on his final push lap. He put on faster sector 3 and moves to pole position with time 1:18, which was the fastest lap in the history of Monza and F1. This was some god level shit and only he can do it. Of course, Verstappen.